Hello everyone, Pallytime here with TGN.TV. This is a continuation of my Nightmare difficulty guides for Orcs Must Die 2. We are on corridors today, and this is an incredibly easy level. So much so I'm not even going to have a ranged weapon. I am using in this video the Dwarven Hammer with the Whirlwind upgrades to make the damage increase, as well as reduce the damage that I take while whirlwinding. I have the Ice Amulet with both the left and right click upgrades. I have the Floor Scorcher with the improved, I still think it's damage, the improved damage, as well as improved arc and the ability to place it on walls. I have the Tar with the improved slow as well as the cost reduction, the Barricade with the cost reduction as well as the healing over time, the Haymaker with the improved damage and the stun to heavier targets, the Arrow Walls with the flame arrows, Archer Guardians with the cost of, and the arrow walls have the damage increase as well. Archer Guardians with the cost reduction as well as the heal over time, and the Mana Rage and Healing Trinket, both with all of their necessary upgrades. First thing we're going to do, take our barricades, run over to, really you could do either side. I'm going to this west opening here. I'm just going to add in 2 barricades right here. There are no sappers on this level, so we have no fears of losing those barricades ever at any point ever in our lives. They will be there until we die. With the rest of my money, I'm going to come back to this last group of pillars before you go into the portal room or the rift room, and I'm going to add a shit ton of archers. A shit ton. Alright, let's go ahead and start. The first wave is all going to come from this main entrance, and I am going to spin to win. The reason we are using archers is because as a war mage, my biggest weakness is flying targets. These archers are going to be able to take out all the flying targets on the level and also do a pretty considerable amount of damage to the ground targets. So definitely good to keep them around. Try to keep an eye on your mana level. You want to have enough to freeze this ogre one time and then take him out with your left click on the hammer. I'm going to run it back and add in more archers. These first flyers will get a little bit past them. Don't worry, that's the only time that'll happen. And you have the healing over time on the archers, so any damage that those guys actually do is totally inconsequential. You want to run back to the 2 doors in the back now, because there are 2 gnolls coming out. Freeze both of them and then use your hammer. Problem solved. Now the rest of this wave is going to be ground units coming from the main entrance, the north entrance. So spin to win, no problems. I probably added in a few too many archers there. You want to be able to add tar and things like that down over here as well. But no big deal. I'm out of mana, going to go ahead and pop my cooldown. They should kill him, yeah. It's a big orc. Damn, he's been eating his vitamins. I'm gonna freeze the Earth Lord. Just with the left click freeze, then freeze the ones that come out after and take them out with your hammer. It's the easiest thing to do. I'm gonna let those guys run forward and take advantage of some free time. Lay down some tar just like that and start to add in these arrow walls. We have 2 more gnolls spawning in from the back. We want to run back and kill those. Controlling these gnolls in the first few rounds is going to be the most important thing for you to do. You don't want to lose any archers. That could be really detrimental. You don't want to lose any archers. The remainder of this round is going to be these units coming in from the north entrance yet again. We are more fortified. We got through it just fine last round, so being more fortified is just going to make it even easier. That was awesome. With my extra money, I'm not going to throw down any more archers at this time. I'm just going to add in more of these arrow walls here. Oh, there's a troll. That's our first troll. Hello, troll. When I was playing co-op with Crowmire, whenever we saw a troll, we would just start saying, fake and gay, fake and gay.
Let's roll.
That's funny. Alright, we have enemies coming in from the back entrances now. Remember, one side we put barricades down on, so they're all going to be funneled into one side. That makes it very easy for you to spin and win and take care of them like they're no problem. To make this a little bit easier, I'm going to add in some tar. 2 right here, 1 in the center, and then 2 right there. The placement on that looks like it was a little off. Not a big deal. Not even remotely worried about it. I am going to try to save my mana though, so I'm going to start adding in some arrow walls here.
This'll be fun.
Because I want to make sure I have enough to freeze that Earth Lord in the back. This is a very easy level. Just worry about your mana and protect your archers. Problem solved. Level complete. Okay, with the extra money, I'm just going to reinforce this a little bit. That's all I can do. We have some enemies coming in from the front. They might be gnolls, actually. No, they're not. I think they may have been Cobalt Runners. But we also have enemies coming in from this back entrance yet again. Just going to spin. Spin and win. You guys are probably tired of me saying that by now. I think I've said it in every single one of these videos. That's never stopped me before, let's be honest. Just worrying about these orcs in the back. I don't even think there's anything that comes out of the main entrance in this round. So, again, conserve your mana. You don't have a blunderbuss, or at least I chose not to take it. So you want to make sure that you have enough to freeze these Earth Lords, because you can't shoot them from a distance. And wave completed. Come back here. Oh, I missed another one. Alright, wave completed. And then a few more arrow walls. We have some gnolls coming in from the north entrance that I need to go help my archers with, more than likely. Just 1 freeze will do. And then I'm going to run back and deal with the rest of this stuff. Right about here, I'm going to go ahead and add in a floor scorcher. And eventually we'll start adding in haymakers. Basically, by the end of this video, both sides are going to be able to totally take care of themselves without very much attention at all. As you can see, this is already pretty simple, pretty trivial stuff. Just spin when you have the mana to, and when you don't, just back up and let your traps take care of them.
How about some of this?
And that will be another round completed for us. Very, 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 very easy level. Alright. With the remainder of our money, I think I'm going to reinforce this side a little bit. We have 1 gnoll spawning from the back here. And perhaps 2 more spawning from the main entrance, I believe, so I'm going to try to freeze them. Oh, barely got that. Barely got that. That was pretty close. Not going to lie, that was pretty close. A lot of enemies coming out of the main entrance here. I'm going to go back to the second pillar. Add in an arrow wall or 2. And then we're going to tar up the middle. Your archers should be able to take out these Cobalt Runners, no problem. They're really not that big of a threat. And then I'm going to do the same thing back here. Just in case anything actually ever gets this far. Which I do not think it will. Archers are going to take care of all the flyers, no problem. So it's my job to take care of these guys. Nothing a little spinning can't solve. Alright, I'm going to add in 1 last row of tar here. And we have enemies spawning out of the west door now. So I'm going to go head back and deal with that. Again, those barricades are allowing us to really... Number one, it allows us to save a lot of money. We don't have to block off 2 different corridors. Number 2, it really gives us a lot of time. There's no real sense of urgency for the most part on this level. The only time you need to really hustle is when you're dealing with the gnolls. Other than that, I mean, really not much to worry about. Oh, there's an ogre. Yeah, don't let him stun you. Go ahead and freeze him, take him down with our hammer. Always the best thing to do. I believe it only takes 2 or 3 freezes, or 2 or 3 swings from your mace when they're at full health, and it'll just totally decimate them.
And
And that route is done. I'm going to continue to reinforce this side. We have 3 gnolls spawning from the back. Just going to freeze them. Now remember with the gnolls, the guy will yell they're almost there. They're really not almost there. They have no interest in running into the rift. Their only interest in life is killing you. Which isn't very nice. It's not very nice at all. And as you can see, our archers, our fucking wall of archers is just... I mean, if anything even comes close over here, they're going to kill it. 2 more gnolls spawning out of the north entrance and in the middle of round 8. Words and things and stuff, and yes, more words. We're pretty good, pretty self-sufficient right now. When I get a little bit more gold, I'm going to throw the Scorcher Trap down. I mean, just look at how effective these archers are. Just taking everything in the air down like it's nothing. Like it's nothing! We have a break, so that more than likely means stuff's going to start spawning from the back. Yes, it is. Going to go back there and do a little spinning. Now, you do kind of have to worry about par on this level. You don't want to be too inactive. The fact of the matter is, at this point, I could probably just let my traps kill everything, or the majority of things. But you don't want to do that. You want to be proactive. You want to be going out there. You want to be doing damage. You want to be scaring these orcs. Put the fear of God into them.
Now, how many was that? Nah, who cares?
We do have a mountain troll coming in the death trap over here. So I am going to freeze him. Make sure we're getting the full effect of this here. Jump back. Every time the freeze breaks, I'm just gonna... You can get 3 swings in before the freeze breaks if you left click, which is what I would definitely recommend doing. You don't want to right click, it takes too much mana. So you can always do 3 hammer swings, and after those 3 swings, you want to jump back and freeze again as fast as you can. That's why it's always important to have that Frost Amulet on an easy to access key, so you don't have to be scrolling through your items in order to freeze things effectively.
It's like making orcs also.
Alright, problem solved.
Keep it coming.
We have 4 groups of 4 gnolls spawning out of the back, not 4 groups.
They're almost there.
Again, freeze. And he wasn't running into the rift, he was running to the archers. Don't be afraid. I'm going to start to add in my haymakers into the death trap. That'll be a start. Run over, check on the front, see how they're doing. They're probably doing just fine. Yes, they are. Most of these melee won't get anywhere close to the archer. The only thing you have to worry about from this side a little bit later on is the mountain trolls and things. But I will go ahead and add in more Scorcher Traps. Towards the middle of round 11, there are 2 more gnolls that are going to spawn from the north entrance. Just took care of them, no problem. And I'm just going to, again, freeze the mountain troll in the back, do some damage. After the 3rd swing, jump back, freeze him again. Issues solved. Very easy level. Very, 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 very easy level. Going to continue to add in our haymakers. That's the only one I can afford. Pick up a little bit more of this money. A little bit more of that gold. And what do we got here? More orcs coming in from both sides. Again, if you didn't put those barracks down, or barricades, I always call them barracks. I do it every fucking time I talk about them. If you didn't put those down, you would have to reinforce both sides. You'd have to worry about enemies getting through both sides. And there's really no reason to do that, especially because there's no sappers on this level. I mean, the sappers just, they're not here. So there's no reason not to take advantage of the AI of these mobs. As long as there's a way for them to get by, they'll never destroy the barricades. As long as they can find another path to get around, they won't attack your barricades. It's really important. Really important to know, and really important to use to your advantage as much as you can. So there's if you don't know yet, there's a few reasons that you want to freeze these really high HP mobs. At the beginning of round 10, you have 2 more groups of gnolls coming out from the back. But there's a few reasons you want to freeze these high priority targets. Number 1, it keeps them from moving, and that should be the obvious reason. But there are more reasons than that. They will take additional damage if they're frozen. So your hammer is going to do a considerable amount more damage when you're hitting a frozen target as opposed to a non-frozen target. Let's add in some more scorchers here.
Kill streak.
Oh, I just wasted a lot of mana on accident. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Not even worried. Not even worried. Now, you do have to worry about that freeze breaking with those flame wall arrows. Not a big deal. Just freeze them again. It really doesn't take up that much mana. And since I have a lot of extra money at this point, I can add in more archers. Keep in mind that if there's an archer standing in front of another archer, that shot will be blocked. But when they're shooting air targets, it doesn't matter. They're going to shoot over everyone's head, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. Towards the middle of round 10, we have 2 more groups of gnolls spawning from the west entrance. Taken down, no problem. And then followed by 2 more spawning from the right entrance. The east entrance. What is the right on a boat? I totally forgot. I never understood that rule either. Like, why, when you're on a boat, why does left and right all of a sudden not work? Why can't you do that?
A little present for you.
Never understood. There's a lot of things in this world I don't understand. So I'm just going to freeze these ogres, get in my few hits, back up. You do not want to be stunned by 3 ogres at one time because you will die. This is pretty much the only excuse I need to not be stunned. I don't want to die.
That was awesome.
Again, freezing these guys to do as much damage as I can per swing. Our mana's fine, nothing worth worrying about. And we are moving into round 11. And I have not been stressed this entire game. It's very, 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 very easy. One of the easier levels in the game, in my opinion. We have more gnolls spawning from the back. It actually looked like there was only 1 that time. I'm just going to go ahead and add in more haymakers back here.
Kill streak.
I could only add 2. Little on the broke side. If you wanted to, you could probably drop the scorched things on the ground in favor of a scavenger trinket, have a little bit more gold. Other than that, I think all of my items are pretty necessary. For this strategy, at least. I'm sure there are multiple strategies for beating all of these levels. Just look how good these archers do, man. I guess there's nothing else coming from this side. I could probably move. So good. So good. Archers, you're doing a great job. I always try to double jump over them so I don't move them too much. You kind of don't want to push them around. I can really mess up their line of sight.
Bang, zoom, straight.
More haymakers! And we have more gnolls spawning, but I believe it's from back here again. I'm not sure which side they came out of. Regardless, with my position, I think they're going to walk right through the trap gauntlet. Or they're already dead. Oh, there he was. There he was. More gnolls spawning, again from the back side. Just look how effective this is.
Kill streak.
The only thing that even has a chance of getting through this is going to be your higher health targets. I mean, there's an ogre. He might actually... No, he's screwed. Not going to get anywhere. I think the elemental lords and the mountain trolls could get through this. Other than that, I'm not too concerned. Not too concerned. I probably should be helping. Always have to worry about part-time. You don't want to get too complacent with your time. Trying to avoid that mana potion. I want to make sure it's there for later if I need it.
Sweet.
And moving into the final round.
Party starting. And you're
Once again,
all
just going to add in more of these haymakers. Position. Oh, shit. We're actually in a pretty severe amount of danger right here. Wow, do not be in that tunnel at the start of the last round. I just got surrounded by 4 gnolls. It's a good thing I had those haymakers there, or I definitely would have died. Definitely would have died. I'm going to add in more scorchers. I'm just looking at my mini-map right now, and there's a lot of shit on it on the other end. I'm just not worried. Those archers got it, man. They got it. They're holding that shit down. They think they are spawning some trolls, though. Yeah. I'll go help with these trolls. And then go back to our trap gauntlet and make sure everything's gravy there. Ain't got shit on me, mountain trolls. Ain't got shit on me. I guess I missed with my freeze from 2 fucking inches away. I don't know how that happened. But the trap gauntlet is doing fine. It does not require our attention in any shape or form. But I will still give it attention because I am just a loving kind of guy. I'm here to give attention to everyone. Probably pop my heel. I was in there a little bit deep. I was in there balls deep. I was in there a little bit balls deep. And those gnolls do some pretty significant damage with that poison. Probably look for a health potion real fast. I think everything in there is mana potions. So we have a lot of enemies coming in. What you could do right now is just pop an AoE freeze if you wanted to. Remember, I have the talent to make the AoE freeze do more damage. So while they're in the trap gauntlet, they're going to be killed faster because of the AoE freeze. And go ahead and pop my mana cooldown. Start spinning in here. Was stunned by that ogre, but he died in like half a second, so I'm not too worried about it. Pop my AoE freeze! Start hitting this guy with a hammer. Died no problem. And there's one more mountain troll in between us and 5 sculling this level. And he was decimated. 5 skulls, no problem. Let's see what part-time on this level was. It was 23 minutes. We beat it by a little over 3 minutes. And I honestly wasn't even playing that aggressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it helpful. I'll be back shortly with more Nightmare difficulty guides. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button below. Leave me a comment down below as well. And if you're new here, I encourage you to subscribe. I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.